Welcome to TPM Vid's Disney Beat, where we talk about all things Disney. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to be notified when we upload a new video. We also have Instagram and Twitter. You can find us at TPM Videos. Tomorrowland at Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World is the one land at the park that's seen the most attractions come and go. Aesthetically, the land has also changed from its original sleek retro look to the steampunk space theme we got with the 1994 refurbishment. It's really tough having a land based on the future when the future will always become the present or the past, so frequent updates are needed to keep it current. Today, Tomorrowland is going through a little bit of an identity crisis, and Disney is slowly updating parts of it. There are many defunct attractions, and while Tomorrowland has in a sense become Yesterdayland, if you know where to look and what to listen for, there are many hidden references and remnants left over from many extinct Disney attractions. So today we're going to be looking at some Tomorrowland history and counting down the top 5 hidden secrets and remnants of extinct attractions in Tomorrowland. Number 5. If you ever use these restrooms at the back of Tomorrowland, you're actually walking into part of an extinct Disney World attraction. The Skyway was one of the opening day attractions at Magic Kingdom in 1971. While you were seated in your gondola, you were able to travel back and forth from Tomorrowland to Fantasyland while getting a great bird's-eye view of the park. It was a popular attraction with guests, and it was a great way to get between two different lands. The Fantasyland station was located where the Tangled restrooms are today, and the Tomorrowland station was across from Space Mountain. On November 10, 1999, the Skyway was closed for good in an effort to remove some of the older rides to make way for new experiences. Well, so much for creating new experiences, because for almost 10 years, from November 1999 until September 2009, the Tomorrowland Skyway Station remained abandoned until it was demolished. Well, partially demolished is more accurate. These restrooms in Tomorrowland were actually the restrooms that used to be in the Tomorrowland Skyway Station. Disney only tore down the top floor that contained the load area for the Skyway and the front portion of the building with the waterfall. In this old video, you can see these are the exact same restrooms, and even the original signage on the building seems to have survived. So just when you thought that the new Skyliner would be the only tribute to this extinct Disney attraction, always remember that this restroom building was actually part of the original Tomorrowland Skyway. Number 4. Tomorrowland currently has the oddly placed Rocket Tower Plaza stage in the middle of the land. But did you know that Tomorrowland used to actually be home to a real outdoor amphitheater with seating? That's right, the area where Buzz Lightyear currently meets today used to be open, and behind these walls, there was the Galaxy Palace Theater. It originally opened in 1980 as the Tomorrowland stage and used to be home to revue-style shows that were such a beloved part of the 90s at Magic Kingdom.
Kids of the Kingdom, ladies and gentlemen.
During the 1994 refurbishment of Tomorrowland, the theater was renamed to the Galaxy Palace Theater, and it opened with a show called Galaxy Search.
It's been a blast, but it's time for us to go out. From Galaxy Search, where the whole universe is a stage. So long from Galaxy
As the years went on, the theater was only used for dance competitions and hard-ticket events like Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Then in January of 2009, Disney decided to close the theater for good. They constructed a wall under the People Mover, installed a Buzz Lightyear meet and greet, and just like that, the entertainment venue became defunct. The theater footprint is now a backstage area with cast member parking. There are no real references left over from the theater, But just knowing that the Disney magic used to continue beyond these concrete walls creates this sense of wonderment when you walk by. It's fun imagining what this area would have been like prior to 2009, and quite frankly, with how busy the park has become, having this added capacity of an entertainment venue today would really help disperse some of the crowds. Maybe one day Tomorrowland will get another stage like the Galaxy Palace Theater, but until then, this wall will serve as a reminder of this extinct Disney attraction. Number 3. Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin opened on October 8, 1998, and before your mission was to defeat the evil Emperor Zurg, this space used to be home to what was originally known as Delta Dreamflight. When the attraction opened in 1989, it was sponsored by Delta Airlines, and they remained the attraction sponsor until 1995. After Delta pulled their sponsorship, the ride was briefly renamed to just Dreamflight. Then, when it was refurbished to remove all references to Delta, it became Take Flight. Well, the changeover from Take Flight to Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin only took 11 months, which is very quick for Disney. Since it was a quick turnaround, you can find many references left over from this extinct attraction in Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin, and it starts right at the marquee sign. The original sign for Delta Dreamflight was shaped as a cloud, and if you take a look under the blue trim of the Buzz Lightyear sign, well, you'll see it's in the shape of a cloud and was just recycled from the old attraction sign. With that blue trim around the edge, it does disguise its shape as a cloud when you're looking at it from the front. Now, once you get inside the attraction and board your ride vehicle, you're actually traveling along the original Delta Dreamflight track. Disney built Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin around the old track, which is why the track is elevated above the show scenes. One last leftover reference from Delta Dreamflight is when you enter the emergency escape hatch. If you ever thought it was kind of strange that you were going from such a vibrant set of show scenes into what seems like a very disconnected tunnel that doesn't really fit, well, that's because it was just a leftover scene from Delta Dreamflight. Originally, you passed into a giant turbojet that looked like this. As you enter the emergency escape hatch, you'll also see these side lights, similar to the lights in Dreamflight. Then, once you get into the physical tunnel, Delta Dreamflight used to project a flying sequence on the ceiling and walls. But now you'll find spaceships and aliens flying here instead. Number 2. The Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover is a classic Disney attraction that originally opened as the Wedway People Mover in 1975. With many attractions coming and going, the People Mover script has always been altered and modified, since the attraction does offer a Grand Circle tour around Tomorrowland. Currently, after you pass the Space Mountain lift hill into this corridor, you'll hear,
"Paging Mr. Morrow, Mr. Tom Morrow. Please contact Mr. Johnson in the control tower to confirm your flight to the moon."
Now, you might think that Mr. Tom Morrow is just a play on words of tomorrow, and it definitely is, but it's also a reference to an old extinct attraction. In the show building where Stitch's Great Escape used to be, this was once home to Flight to the Moon from 1971 until 1975. In the attraction's pre-show, there is an animatronic character named Mr. Tom Morrow, who was the director of operations at Mission Control. In 1975, the attraction was renamed Mission to Mars and was slightly rethemed. They still kept the Mr. Morrow animatronic, but he then became Mr. Johnson. Mission to Mars closed in October of 1993, and Tomorrowland's 1994 refurbishment is the first time these extinct attractions were referenced on the People Mover. In the 1994 script, as you approach the Carousel of Progress, you used to hear,
"Paging Mr. Morrow, Mr. Tom Morrow. Your party for Saturn has arrived. Please give them a ring."
Then in 2009, the People Mover script received a revamp, and that's when Disney changed it to reference both Mr. Tom Morrow from Flight to the Moon and Mr. Johnson from Mission to Mars.
"Paging Mr. Morrow, Mr. Tom Morrow. Please contact Mr. Johnson in the control tower to confirm your flight to the moon.
Number 1. Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor is the newest Tomorrowland attraction, and it opened on April 2nd, 2007. Before Mike Wazowski and the other monsters were telling jokes to collect laughs, this space used to be home to the Timekeeper. The Timekeeper was another attraction that opened in 1994 with the refurbishment of Tomorrowland. When the attraction closed in February of 2006 to make way for Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, a lot of the Timekeeper queue was left intact. Pretty much everything in the queue that doesn't directly relate to Monsters Inc. is a leftover reference from the Timekeeper, like this green archway. During its time as the Timekeeper, these archways had TVs hanging from the beams, and today each of them has this hollow oval shape where the TV used to attach to the beam. The TVs also had wires extending to either side, and these wires used to attach to the laser on the right-hand side. This steampunk futuristic laser is still in the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor queue, and it definitely doesn't match the aesthetic of Monsters Inc. These lava lamp-style water pillars were also part of the Timekeeper queue as well. When you take a look at the design of the interior of Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor compared to the queue, there are definitely two very different looks. The Timekeeper and former attractions in the space were presented in circle vision, and when you look at the layout of the theater, it still retained its circular form, acting as another remnant and reminder of the past. In mid-2018, Disney removed the spaceship outside of Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor that was added in 1994, and they replaced the marquee sign with something that looks almost identical to the old signs of Tomorrowland prior to 1994. Slowly, the 1994 references are being removed, and although the Timekeeper has been defunct for more than a decade, these remnants that are still left act as a little reminder of the beloved extinct Tomorrowland attraction. So if you can bring back one of these extinct Tomorrowland attractions, which one would you choose and why? I'd love to know. Leave a comment down below to start a conversation, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. If you have any videos from the Disney parks that you'd like to share with us to be used in future videos, follow the link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. Click the TPM icon on the screen to subscribe to this channel, and check out some of these other videos which we're sure you'll like.